Hi everyone, all my real fans here. I got to have another podcast for you here. Yeah, it's gonna. I know I sound really excited right now, and yeah, you can hear the excitement in my voice. I'm gonna do a podcast, and it's gonna be exhilarating. You can tell by how excited I am. Okay, now, all right, I can't do them, so I'm not trying to put you guys to sleep. My bad. Not trying to put you to sleep with my boring crap. So here I go. Here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the first trending topic. I want to talk about Ieasha Curry. Talk about how she wants to be flirted with. I'm definitely going to get into that. Really want to be flirted with? Really? That's first and foremost, I'm going to talk about that. Also, I'm going to talk about phone monsters, people who don't like to hang up the phone and people who talk you to death and don't let you get a word in. I'm going to talk about them as well. Yeah, we're going to talk about them. Also, I'm going to talk about, rappers who are trying to get famous, who hand out their crappy CDs. They almost get hit by cars, run in front of your car. You try to let them go through by the street and they run into your car trying to get paid for their crappy CDs. I'm going to talk about them too. Also, I'm going to talk about, father's rights in court. Yes, on a Mother's Day, I want to talk about that. Father's rights in courts. The right fathers have. On a Mother's Day, I want to talk about that. Also, I'm going to talk about don't trust anybody's driving. Just because somebody have a driver's license and they have a vehicle, don't necessarily mean that they could drive. Because anybody could pass a driver test. Anybody who's illiterate. You have people who are handicapped with handicap stickers that have driver's license. Yes, you have them too. So, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. And we're going to start this off like this. KBL PLOC, thank you all for rocking with me in the world of Mad Vlad Brad.
This is gonna feel real good, alright? Most dope. Everybody please put a thumb in the air.
Yeah. Let's get it, man. Let's get this. Let's get it. Okay. So yeah, first I want to start my podcast and say this. I'm going to say, shout out to Kings Cannabis, for sponsoring this and everything. I mean, pretty cool. If it's not King Cannabis and not cannabis, so you guys go check them out. Okay, I'm going to say this first and foremost. Now that I said the sponsor and everything else, here's how we're going to start this off. Okay, every single week uploads, I'm going to say I'm not going to it's not even probably about it. I'm not going to be able to upload every single week, every Tired Friday, whatever it's supposed to upload. I'm not going to be able to upload every single week. I'm sorry, because here's the thing. I'm in a transition of moving. I'm taking care of business. So, I have to take time out of my day to upload these episodes. Yes, I do. I have to take time out of my day. So I'm not going to be able to upload every single week. However, I will bring you guys uploads, if not every other week. Sometimes I may be able to go back to back, not all the time. I'm not going to be able to go back to back all the time with uploads. So do not be expecting them every single week, at least not right now, until I get situated, until I get my place. I'm trying to get in a new place and I'm working on it. I'm making arrangements to move. So for those of you who know how life works, for those of you that actually know how life works, and I'm going to talk about, here's the thing, for those podcasters that do upload every week, here's the thing, a lot of them are older, a lot of them are already, I'm a young podcasting kind of dude. I don't get paid for this, not a single penny, not nothing. So I don't upload every single week. But for those who do upload every single week, the other podcasters, the ones you guys probably listen to, the other lame brain podcasters for other networks that you guys listen to, yeah, they upload every week because a lot of them are already established in life. Yes, they're already established. Like, say, for example, you have the lame brain celebrities who, let's say they already have a gazillion bucks. They have like maybe 4 or 5 houses, like your Oprahs, like your Chris Jerichos, like, the other people who I can think of that are famous, who got podcasts, them lame brain celebrities who already had their shot at fame, who made millions and millions of dollars. Now they want a podcast because it's trendy. Them celebrities, yes, they're already established, so they can make podcasts every week, right? But me, I'm not established yet. I'm shooting for the stars. I'm a young dude shooting for the stars, trying to make a mark in life. That's what I'm trying to do. So I can't podcast every single week. Not just yet, because I'm not getting paid for it. So I can't upload every week, so I'm just giving you guys a heads up. Just you're like, wait a minute, where's Vlad Bad at now? He's not uploading. He's supposed to upload at this certain time at this time of day. Where's he at? Where's his podcast? Sorry, can't do it every week. So, but I will bring podcasts when I can. So, either you could take it or you could leave it. So, with that being said, let's get into our first topic. Let's get into our first topic. I was going to talk about Ieasha Curry. She wants to be flirted with. That's what she said because her husband. But, before I even get into that, I want to say Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I'm going to talk about the Mother's Day thing in a second. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but that ain't the subject matter I'm going to talk about right now. Right now, I'm going to talk about trending topics. Trending topics are the first thing I want to talk about. My trending topic is Ieasha Curry wanting to be flirted with by guys. Let's talk about Ieasha Curry wanting to be flirted with. First, I want to start off with saying Ieasha Curry, she's a very pretty female. She's pretty. She's pretty. She's married to a multi-million dollar, $200 million guy and counting. He has 200 plus million and his money is only upgrading. It's only getting more lucrative. And he's a potential NBA champion. Now, I'm not here to do sports analysis. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about my subject matter, but I'm going to say this. Steph Curry, who is her husband, he's potentially, I'm not even going to say potentially. I'm going to say they're going to win an NBA championship. They're going to be the 2019 NBA champions. So yes, they're going to have another ring. So she's married basically to a multi-gazillionaire pretty much. And she wants to be flirted with by guys. You're married to, here's the thing about females, right? When females meet a guy or, like, let's say the objective is to meet a nice man. The objective is for a female to meet a guy they can spend their life with. That's the objective, right? So now, Ieasha Curry, she accomplished her objective. The objective, she accomplished it. She hooked up with, Steph Curry. They make a really nice couple. They have 3 beautiful kids together. I don't know if she's expecting another kid, but they definitely have 3 beautiful kids together. And she wants to be flirted with by other guys. You know why she wants to be flirted with by other guys? Because she said her husband gets flirted with by a bunch of chicks. Steph Curry gets flirted with by a bunch of kids, just by a bunch of females. So she feels it's only right that she get flirted with by a bunch of guys as well. Really? Really? Okay, but here's the thing. So, being married to a multi-millionaire husband and not needing for nothing ever again in life, but yet you still want to be flirted with by guys. That was the whole thing. You're in a position that females wish that they can be in. You just have to accept the fact that guys are going to flirt with Steph Curry because he's a breadwinner. That's why. And see, here's the thing, Ieasha Curry. If you're ever going to hear this, maybe this will reach your ear. I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Who cares? But here's the thing about it, Ieasha. I'm going to tell you this. Reason why guys aren't flirting with you, because they feel that they don't have a shot at you. They know you're married to Steph Curry and they know he's a multi-gazillionaire. So the guys are thinking, I bet I flirt with her. She's out of my league and she's married. I'm not going to flirt with somebody. I know for sure I have no action to her. I can't even get a crack at her. Like, that's what guys are thinking, right? That's what they're thinking. So that's why they're not going to flirt with you. That's exactly why they're not going to flirt with you. That's why they're going to even look your way. But you're thinking, I feel so pretty because guys aren't flirting with me. They flirting with Steph. They flirting with him so much they don't flirt with me. Oh my gosh, I'm so pretty. It's not the fact that you're not pretty. It's just that guys have really good common sense. Guys don't even have really good common sense. They just have half a brain to know that they don't have a shot at you. You're a high profile wife. So they know they don't have a shot at you. That's why they don't flirt with you. And I'm going to say this too. See, Ieasha Curry she's a mind of your domestic female. She has a domesticated female mind. I'm going to tell you what the domesticated female mind is. I'm going to tell you what it is right now. Here's what it is, right? For every guy, Ieasha Curry she thinks just like your domesticated female thinks. For you guys that are in relationships, right? For you guys that are in relationships, whether you're married, whether you have a fiance, whether it's just your girlfriend, whatever the case may be, and you go out in public and your girl looking nice, she thinking, oh, wow, she's doing all this for me. She looking so nice. Look how cool she looks. Her tight dress. Look how she got all her makeup packed on her face. Like, she looked like Bozo the Clown with all her makeup, but who cares? She's still looking really good with all her makeup. How cool is that? That's what you're thinking, right? No, she's not looking nice for you. She's looking nice because she wants to get noticed by other. Even though she's in a relationship with you, she still wants other guys to flirt with her. She still wants to feel as though that she's attractive and appealing to other guys, even though she's with you. Other females think like that as well. So even if you're in a relationship and you're with your girl and you guys been together for, I don't know, however long you guys together, always remember this. Remember this word of advice coming from Vlad Brad himself. Remember this. It's not, I mean, yes, she's dressing up for you. She wants you to appreciate what she's doing. Yeah. You know how females say, oh, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this just for me. You know, with every female, you know, the female, when they put the weaves in her head, the fake nails, the fake eyelashes, whatever they put in their head, they're doing it so they can get recognized by other guys as well. You see what I mean? They want other guys to look at them and be attracted to them, even though they're with you. You see what I mean? That's why and Ieasha Courage is only speaking how other females think. That's how they think, you know? So, for all you guys thinking that the females are dressing up for you, no. Stop it. Knock it off. They're not. They're dressing up because they want to be acknowledged by other men as well. Even though they may not give them other men a shot, but that'll give them a more sensible feeling of. They give them a sense of saying, oh, I'm still attractive. Even though I'm with a boyfriend, I'm still attractive. They want a guy to approach them. Hey, girl, you're pretty hot. What's your name? Oh, I'm sorry. I have a boyfriend. I have a husband. I have a fiance. They like to say that to guys and reject them. They like to say that, but it gives them a sense of feeling that they're still attractive. So Ieasha Curry is only doing what other females think anyway. That's how they think anyway, right? So yeah, Ieasha, knock it off. Please knock it off. Here's the thing. Girls are going to continue to flirt with Steph Curry because they know he's a multi-gazillionaire. I mean, he's an attractive dude. You know, he's not an ugly guy. He's an attractive guy. But let's assume he wasn't attractive. Let's assume he looked like, what's that guy that sing, I'm trying to think of somebody unattractive. You know that guy that sings, F you and the F I do better or the other guy, cause I'm crazy, so to believe. I forgot what's the name of that dude that sings something green. CeeLo Green. Yes. CeeLo Green. CeeLo Green gets flirted with. You see what I mean? CeeLo Green is not the most attractive guy in the world. He's short and look like Humpty Dumpty, but he still get flirted with because they know that he has money and notoriety, so they flirt with him too. You see what I mean? But he may not get as much action as Steph Curry does in a flirtation department, but he still get flirted with. Remember that. So yes. Hold on one second. Quick intermission. Okay, I'm back. Yes. So, Ieasha, yeah, knock it off. You're married. You don't have to worry about nothing. To a multi-millionaire. You have everything you possibly need. And if you want, you can get anything else. You have the life that most people dream of. And then you want more. You still want to be flirted with even after all of that. Knock it off. You know, what you need to go do is, go drink some hot cocoa and go lay down somewhere. That's what you need to do, Ieasha Curry. Yes. So, yeah, you're winning already. You have what most females would want. You have a husband who's a multi-millionaire. He has a cool look about him. You have a nice family. Your family don't have to worry about nothing. Your kids, grandkids, great grandkids, all your kids going down the line. They don't have to worry about nothing for the rest of their lives. You see what I mean? So knock it off. Go sit down somewhere. And with that being said, that's the only thing I want to say about the rest of that subject matter. I have nothing else to say about that particular subject matter. Number 2, I have to talk about this. Yes. I think this is the first time I talked about this in my podcast. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Real Talk with Vlad Brad. I keep forgetting to say Real Talk with Vlad Brad in the rest of my, in my other podcast. But yes, this is a Real Talk with Vlad Brad. Okay. Phone monsters. Phone monsters. We're going to talk about I'm going to tell you what I mean by phone monsters, right? Yeah, I'm going to call them phone monsters, although they're not necessarily phone monsters. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. You have the phone monsters, like, let's say, You have people who, they'll call you and you look right at their phone call and you don't answer because you're not going to get them off the phone. You're not going to keep, but it's not just necessarily people on the phone, even people you run into in person. But we're focusing on phone right now. We're focusing on the phone. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that, right? I've did this in one of my YouTube videos, The World of Vlad Brad. I do my YouTube videos. I definitely talk about the subject matter in that and my common sense videos. We're going to talk about it in this as well. We're going to talk about phone monsters. People who don't like hanging up the phone. And here's the thing, right? About people who don't like hanging up the phone. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Like say, 9 times out of 10, these people who don't like hanging up the phone, they do a whole lot of talking. Right? And let's say you're conducting business with this person. Let's say you're conducting business, or let's say you guys trying to set up some kind of event. Let's say you guys trying to throw some kind of surprise party, or let's say you guys trying to make money together. Money together is the same as conducting business. Essentially, you're trying to make money. Or you guys trying to start a potential business. Anything, right? See, here's the thing, right? When we're on the phone with somebody, or it could be something casual, or you're trying to help them with something, or trying to help you with something, whatever the case may be, you're on the phone with them, regardless of the fact, right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. In order to establish a common ground, you have to hear that person out, and you have to be willing to listen to them as well. You have to, and both you guys have to come upon an equilibrium. You guys have to meet on an equal term, on equal terms, if you will. Let's say, for example, let's say if you're trying to, start a business with this person, or whatever you're doing on the phone with them, you got to hear them out and they have to hear you out. One person can't do all the talking. You see what I mean? And two people can't talk at the same time, because if both people are talking at the same time, you're not going to get anywhere. You see what I mean? And you have people who are like that. They don't want to hear your point. They just want you to hear all their points. You see, but here's the thing about me. Here's the thing about me. I'm a great listener. I like to talk too, because, I like to get my point across, because that's the whole point. But the common courtesy kind of thing is to let the other person talk as well. You see what I mean? You have to let them talk. And you have to talk. Let them talk. You have to talk. You both you guys have to talk. Even if let's assume you guys talk, and let's say you guys are communicating. By communicating, one person talk, another person talk. Let's say you guys are doing that, and you guys have a disagreement. Then that's when compromise come into play. You can agree to disagree, or you can compromise the situation. You right? But how are you going to do that if only one person is doing all the talking? You see what I mean? And here's the thing about that: never trust somebody who do a lot of. I don't care who they are. Do not trust. Remember, you heard it here first. Don't trust anybody who wants to do a whole lot of talking and don't want to let you talk, especially if you're on the phone or in person. But we're talking about phone right now, right? And you're just listening to them, and they're not letting you talk. And as soon as you start to talk, they cut you off. You see what I mean? But them people, do not trust them. Don't trust them as far as you can throw them, because a lot of times they have ulterior motives. Anybody who do a whole lot of talking and don't want to let you talk on the phone. Again, we're talking about phones. This could be in person too, but we're talking about phones right now. If they do a whole lot of talking, you're not able to talk, that means you can't trust them. You see what I mean? Because they're so busy, they're so hell bent on getting their point across to you that they don't care what you have to say. And here's another prime example of that. Let's say you have guys, right? You have guys who try to get at females. They want to sleep with the females. So they think they're spitting game. They think they're being charming. They think they're being charismatic. They think they're being super charismatic. And they don't know a female could be annoyed by that. Like say a guy, he's doing a whole lot of talking. Oh yeah, and this and that. Oh yeah, girl, and oh yeah, and this, and this, that, whatever, that, blah, 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 blah. They're doing a whole lot of talking, right? And they're not letting the girl get a word in. You know why they're not letting her get a word in? Because they're so big, they're so hell bent on trying to sleep with her. You see what I mean? So that's why they don't want to let her get a word in. They don't realize they're annoying her. They don't realize it. They're so one-track minded. You know what it's from? It's from all the drugs. They fry their brain. Their brains on drugs. All the crap that they smoked in their lives. It just fried their brain. So they don't realize they don't have enough common courtesy or decency to say, wait a minute, she may want to talk too. She may want to respond to all the stuff that I'm saying. Maybe I should let her talk and ask her about her instead of me doing all the talking. So a lot of times they wonder why they didn't get a call back from that female, why they didn't hear from them again. It's because you talked their ear off and you didn't let her get a word in, and she couldn't hang you up. you wouldn't let her hang the phone up because you was over talking her to death. So now she don't want nothing to do with you because she's afraid that if she talks to you again, that you're going to over talk her ear off and she's not going to get a word in and she don't want to have to deal with that anymore. You see what I mean? So a lot of times when somebody over talk you and they don't want to let you talk, that means they have ulterior motive. They have nefarious motive, nefarious intentions. They could be, like say if it's two guys talking on the phone and one guy over talks the other guy and they supposed to be taking care of business together. He could be some type of homosexual. He have some type of weird intention that you may not know about. You see what I mean? So that's why you have to, don't trust anybody who do a whole lot of talking. Do not trust them. You see what I mean? Period. Also, not only that, right? Not only that, somebody who does a whole lot of talking, you know, they don't care whether you get a word in or not. They're not trying to hear you. And it's, again, as soon as you try to talk, they cut you off. Now, again, the thing about me, I'm a really good listener. I'll listen. Somebody can talk to me on the phone. I'll be on the phone with them like, yeah. And I hear every word they're saying. They'll keep talking and talking and talking and talk like an Energizer bunny. They keep talking. However, don't mistake silence. Don't mistake someone's silence for you getting your point across. You're making a good point. Just because somebody's been silent and hearing you talk, that don't mean necessarily you're making a good point. They're just being common and courteous. They're giving you the decency to listen. They're waiting to talk. They think you're going to eventually be quiet and let them say what they have to say. That's what they're thinking. You see what I mean? But, and they're thinking, okay, I'm going to respond to this guy or this girl as soon as she's done talking. That's what they're thinking. So don't necessarily think just because you're doing a whole lot of talking and the other person's listening to your talking, that don't necessarily mean you're making a good point and you're captivating them with your words. You're not Socrates or anybody. You're not captivating them at all. They're just waiting to be able to talk. They're waiting to get their turn to talk. You see what I mean? Because you're over talking them to death. And the thing is, a lot of times when somebody over talk you to death and they don't want to let you get a word in because they know you're about to initiate the hang up. And a lot of times when people do a whole bunch of talking, they're not going to initiate the hang up because they figure, okay, yeah, let me talk him to death. Let me talk her to death because as soon as she get a word in or as soon as he gets a word in, he or she's going to initiate the hang up. They're going to say, okay, we've been talking long enough. I got things to do. And they don't want you to say that. They're going to initiate the hang up. So let me keep talking. You know, yeah, you don't trust anybody who do a whole lot of talking. You don't. You know, here's how it works. For you buffoons out there, for you idiots out there, please share this for those who you know who over talk your ear off and don't let you get a word in. Here's how it works. You talk. And after you're done talking and making your point, you let the other person talk, whoever you're on the phone with. You let them talk. And after they're done making their point, then you can respond to them. And while you're responding to them, you have to get a chance to be quiet and shut your mouth and let them talk to respond to you. That's how you guys come to an equilibrium, a common ground. That's how you settle your differences. That's how you conduct business. You see what I mean? You guys got to talk. You have to talk and listen. Talk and listen. Talk and listen. You see what I mean? That's how it works. You do all the talking. That's because the reason why you're doing all the talking, because you have ill intent. You have nefarious motives. So you don't want to hear the other person respond. So you're over talking them so they can't respond. You see what I mean? Here's what I do. Usually I hang up on them. Like I just click, hang right up and they're still talking. Yeah. Like they're still talking, right? And they don't know you just hung up on their face. You completely hung up in their face. And they don't know it. You see what I mean? So yes, when people do a whole bunch of talking like that, hang up in their face and do not trust them. Period. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them. And that's just what it is. So I'm glad I got that out. You know, I'm glad I was able to discuss that subject matter. Very important that I discuss that. With that being said, here's another thing I have to talk about. So very important. And all you guys been through this as well. This is them annoying guys, the annoying rap guys who hand out the CDs, right? Yeah, the annoying rap guys who hand out the CDs. Here's what happened to me, and here's why I'm talking about it, right? I was driving down the street, and some guy was crossing the street. I said, "Oh, let me stop." You know, first I'm driving. I'm driving down the street. I'm driving, right? And then I'm driving. Oh, let me stop. Somebody. I stop. oh, this dude just ran off. He almost got hit by my car. Oh my gosh. You see what I mean? So I stopped. So he just ran out in the middle of the street, almost sacrificed his life. So I stopped so he could cross the street. I'm like, that was pretty idiotic of this idiot to run in the middle of the street, but whatever. So this is what he did. He walked to the side of my door. Hey, yo, yeah, I'm saying, you mind checking out my rap CD? You don't mind giving me a donation for my CD here, $5 if you have it for my CD. He wants to sell me a CD. So you mean to tell me, you weirdo, you stupid ass weirdo, you mean to tell me that you almost got hit by my car, you ran out in the middle of the street just to give me a CD, just to sell your CD to me, right? But I'm sure wherever state you're in, wherever you're from, everybody either dealt with this one time or another. If you haven't, you will deal with it, especially if you go to some kind of beach. If you come to California, you go to Venice Beach, you'll see a lot of that. Oh, check out my rap CD. Check out my rap CD. Here's what I start doing. This happened to me frequently, so here's what I start doing. I actually listen to the CDs. I actually listen to a few songs on the CD. And if you're trash, here's what I did with one guy. I'm going to tell you guys what I did, right? I'm not going to blast the dude's name. But he handed me a CD, and I was like, okay, bet I'm gonna check you out. Since you went out of your way to hand me a CD, I'm minding my business, walking down the street, and you're handing me your CD. Even though they have all kind of social media platforms like SoundCloud and YouTube and Instagram, Facebook that you can advertise your stuff on. But no, you hand me your CD. You're handing out your CD, trying to sell them on the streets instead of going through the social media route. You handing them to me instead. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you $2 for the CD, and I'm gonna listen to some songs. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing about them. Like when they hand out their CDs, their CDs, based on my personal experience, they try to sound like Future, they trying to sound like Young Thug, they trying to mumble rap all on the CD. And here's what the CD sound like. Like, you don't know what I'm like, man, what is this? Man, it's garbage. Like, I'm like, for real? Man, this dude almost risked handing me the CD just to hand me this trash. Now I'm listening to it, and here's what I did. I went and found the dude. I said, man, if you don't take this bull crap back, I said, here's what you're clogging up the lane with your trash. That's what you're doing. Don't get me wrong. Everybody who hand out their CDs aren't trash. You have some good rappers out there that can actually rap. They hand out their CDs, but you have the trash that the people who are trash, they discourage it and they make it bad for those who can actually rap. They're clogging up the lane. You're clogging up the lane for real artists. You're clogging up the lane for real talent is what you're doing. You're clogging up the lane for real artists, for real talent, people who can actually rap. Mumble rap is not rap, it's trash. So if you know you're trying to sound like the next mumble rapper and you hand me your CD, here's what I'm gonna do to you. Oh yeah. Back to this thing. Here's what I did to the guy. I approached the guy. I said, look, check this out, man. I want my money back. Your CD is trash. You're trash. And give me my money back. I want give me my $2 back, bruh. Like straight like that. Your music trash. You're trying to sound like Future. Now I'm not blasting him in front of everybody. I said, excuse me, his music is trash. He's a mumble rapper and he's trying to sell his mumble rap trash CDs. That's why he's not going on SoundCloud. That's why he's not going on social media, because if he go on that, he's going to hear people's opinion. They're going to tell him how trash and how garbage he is. So just because he don't want to hear people's opinion, he don't want to hear about how trash he is. You know what he does? He hands me his CD. He hands you his CD. That's what he does. He sells his CD to you. He try to tell you can buy his trash. That's what he does. You see what I mean? That's what they do. So yes. So here's what I'm going to start doing from here on out. Here's what I'm going to start doing. If I buy another trash CD if I donate to another trash CD that you risk your life and hand me, hey, check out my rap CD, you know what I'm saying? Check me out. Yeah, I'm the next thing. Check my, you know what I'm saying? If you do that and I see this trash, I'm going to find you. I'm going to drop kick you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a textbook WW drop. Like, I'm going to drop kick your ass. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find you. Where I'm going to go back to the spot that you gave me your CD for a donation. I'm going to go back to you and I'm going to do a windmill kick on your ass. That's what I'm going to do. I promise you. I'm a Shawn Michaels super kick your ass. And I'm going to take my money back. And I'm going to shove that trash CD down your throat. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shove it right down your throat and get my money back. That's what I'm going to start doing, because you're clogging up the lane for real artists. You're clogging up the lane for real talent. That's what you're doing. And reason why you're handing out your CDs on the street again, and you're not going on social media with it because people are going to tell you how trash you are. You're afraid of the criticism. That's why you hand out your trash CDs because you say, here's what you're thinking. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't want to go on SoundCloud. I'm not going to go on Facebook. I'm not going to go on Instagram. I'm not going to go on YouTube because you know why? In the comment sections, they're going to tell me how trash I am. They're going to tell me how garbage my CDs are. So I don't want to hear that. You know, I have thin skin and, I don't want my feelings hurt. So I'm not going to go on social media with my garbage music. Instead, I'm going to clog up the lane. I'm going to clog up the lane for real talent. I'm going to have my CDs out on the street the old fashioned way. That's what I'm going to do because I don't want to hear negative criticism. I'm going to try to do people for their money. I'm going to try to get them for their money so they can donate a couple dollars for my trash garbage CDs, and I'm going to get away with it. You know, so that's what they usually think. And it's sad because again, you're clogging up the lane for real talent is what you're doing. But it's not just with CDs. It's not just with people handing out CDs. It's with podcasters too, radio personalities too, YouTube content creators too. Same with that. They clog up the lane for real talent. That's what they do. They have their boring bullcrap, and then they want you to subscribe to them. They want you to support them. They want you to listen to them, and they really be trash and they're boring as ever. I mean, really, that's just what it is. You see what I mean? So, you have people who clog up the lane for real talent out there. That's what they do. So yes, it's not just people handing out CDs. But speaking of that, I gotta share this with the Nipsey Hussle. He was another guy who had the CDs out. I specifically remember that before he blew up and was real famous on Crenshaw Slauson. When I would every so often I'd go through that area, I would see him sit down with his brother Black Sam, and yeah, he would hand out CDs, but he wouldn't harass people about them. And I remember that sometimes he'd give them out for free. That was a real stand-up guy, man. He was a real stand-up cool guy, that Nipsey Hussle. He wouldn't harass you to buy it. So he would just be sitting there. He'd be sitting there with like a booth and with a bunch of CDs. Him and his brother Black Sam would just be sitting down. And he'll hand people the CD if you approach them. So here you go, bro. I mean, if you give him a donation, cool. Like, I actually never donated and never got one of his CDs. I'm going to keep it so real that I never did back in the day, but I wish I did. I kind of wish I did. That's why, and he was actually talented. That Nipsey Hussle was actually a talented artist, rap artist. But see, people are afraid to take CDs and buy them because they're afraid there's going to be some more garbage mumble rap. You see what I mean? A lot of people are afraid of that. That's why they don't do it. So yeah, that's pretty much, you know how that is. So I'm done with that subject matter. So beware of trash CDs. Beware of it. I just said I'm done with the subject matter. Oh, dude, you just said you were done. And you talking about it again, dude? Oh, really? Okay. Here's another thing I want to talk about. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. This is a Mother's Day upload. Since it's a Mother's Day upload, we're going to talk about fathers' rights in court. Because I said I was going to talk about this in my last podcast, but I didn't. I didn't talk about it in my last podcast. I said I'm going to save this for a Mother's Day podcast. That's what I'm doing. I said I'm going to save this for a Mother's Day podcast. So I'm saving it for right now. Happy Mother's Day. And before I talk about the father's rights in court, before I talk about that on the Mother's Day, I'm going to talk about Mother's Day is reserved for the real mothers out there. I'm not talking about you mothers who go out clubbing, leaving your kids with your parents while you go out, or leaving your kids with your parents, or leaving them with another sibling, or leaving with a friend just so you can go out clubbing, or you can go out on a date with somebody. So what you're doing, you're leaving your kids, pawning them off on people. You have like 2 or 3 kids. You're hardly there to raise them. You're leaving your kids with anybody you can leave them with so they can babysit your kids so you can go out, have fun, and go clubbing. And then you still want the credit for being a mother. You still want to be credited for being a good mother, even though you're not. You know you're not a good mother. You know you're trash. Your kids are dirty. They barely go to school. You curse in front of your kids. You profane language in front of your kids. You're a bad example of a mom in front of your kids, and hardly feed your kids, but yet you still want to be credited for being a good mother. No, I'm not talking about you, because you don't deserve a happy Mother's Day. No, I'm talking about the mothers who sacrifice for their kids. Those mothers who are in married families who also that raised that's being mother to their kids. that's raising their kids with morals, raising their kids with principles, raising their kids with virtues. Them kind of mothers who feed their kids, who nurture their kids, who's patient with their kids, who love their kids through better for worse. Them kind of mothers. Even if you're not married, even if you're like a single mom, if you're a single mom and you're doing everything you can to provide for your kids, and you're doing and you're still being raising your kids with virtues, still raising your kids with principles and morals as a single mother, this is especially for you. Happy Mother's Day to you guys, especially because I was raised by a single mom. I didn't have a dad. You know what I mean? So yes, this is for those single moms as well. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Also to you grandmothers, you older grandmoms, the queens, definitely for you guys too. Happy Mother's Day. With that being said, I'm talking about father's rights in court. Like a lot of times when you go to court, the court system most of the time favors the mother. Most of the time. Now, for you scumbag, dirty moms who ruined relationships, and you have good men out there who are trying to be fathers to their kids, but yet you putting them through all kind of changes because you're bitter because you guys broke up somehow. You're mad because you guys aren't together, and you're playing this kid. Oh, so okay, now you're not going to see your kid since you want to do this. I'm not going to. So you're playing this kid against him, and you're playing games with his child, whether he have a boy or a girl. His children. You're mad because again, you guys not in a relationship anymore. So you're bitter, you're angry, and you're mad because you're not getting your way with him. So now you feel okay. I'm going to use his kids against him. You guys don't nowhere near deserve a Mother's Day. You're scumbag moms is what you are, because it's already hard enough to get a father to be in his kid's life. And then you have them dirtbags moms who put the kid's dad through all kind of bull crap, and they're trying to be fathers to their children. And then they got to go to court through custody battles and everything else because a mom want to be stubborn, and she want to be vindictive towards the father. Them kind of moms, they push the fathers out the kids' lives. You see what I mean? That's what they do. And who's going to hurt from that? Who's going to hurt more? The child's going to hurt. You got to think about the child's feelings. You got to think about him. He or she, the child, he or she, think about him or her, the child. That's who's going to suffer. And who's going to suffer even more? You are. You're going to suffer more. You know why you're going to suffer more? I'm going to tell you why you're going to suffer more. Because that child's going to grow up. That child's going to get older and wonder why he or she's going to wonder why their dad not in their life. Where's dad at? Mom, whatever happened to dad? Hey, mom, where's dad? They're going to know their dad. And then once the dad talks to them, they're going to find out the truth about you. And then once they find out the truth about you, they're not going to want nothing to do with you anymore. And they're going to gravitate towards their father, because they're going to realize, you're going to get exposed. Your true character, your true nature is going to get exposed as who you are. And once you're exposed, they're not going to want nothing to do with you. You see what I mean? So to all you dirtbag moms, you guys don't deserve a Mother's Day at all. Now, don't get me wrong. There are dirtbag dads out there who aren't there for their kids. Then you get them as well. But you do have a lot of good fathers out there who are trying to be fathers to their children, and they're going through all kind of bullcrap with the mom. And that's just what it is. And a lot of times these courts are inclined to take the mother's side. A lot of times they're inclined. So, when it comes to custody battles and everything else, but that don't necessarily mean that you can't win as a father in court. You can still win as a father in court, and get equal custody of your child. You just got to present your case productively. I know some friends who are going through that. They're going through some bullcrap with scumbag moms, and they can't see their kids like they want to because a dirtbag mom is putting them through all kind of bullcrap. You see what I mean? It's not right. It's wrong. So yeah, shout out to all the good fathers out there, and again, happy Mother's Day to all the good mothers out there. You guys are awesome. You guys are really awesome. More love to you. More shout out to you. Again, I was raised by a single mom. My mom wasn't the best mom in the world. I'm gonna be honest. She wasn't the best mom. I felt she could have did a lot better, in terms of decision making and in terms of how being raised. But I thank God that I had the common sense, that I was blessed with good common sense, really good common sense, because I have a brother as well. I have a couple brothers. I have a couple sisters too. But I have one brother who's he's a homosexual. He's definitely but he's a product of his upbringing. He didn't have a father either. We have different fathers. We have different fathers, me and my brother. And, he's a product of his parenting is what he is. He grew up to be a dirtbag, a complete scumbag is what he grew up to be. But here's the thing. Once you become an adult, you have to make your own decisions. You got to learn you got to learn your morals. You have to learn your own principles. You have to realize, okay, this is wrong. This is right. You see what I mean? So, but I guess my mom did the best that she could as a mom. I mean, she did. I mean, considering, again, she could have did a lot better, and here's what I mean by a lot better. I think that, she could have, been more nurturing. My mom, she wasn't an affectionate mother at all. Like, she was the type of mom, she didn't like getting hugs or anything else, so, like, she just wasn't, and that's the thing. Like, I told myself, if I ever have children, I'm going to be affectionate to my children. I'm going to be nothing like how she was towards me. So imagine that, and not having a father along with that. You see what I mean? So I had to kind of learn by just using basic common knowledge and common sense how to be a good dad and everything else. And you learn through trial and error. I mean, my mom's different now, but growing up, like, I'm gonna give you another example. I'm gonna give you a prime example with a mom. And since this is Mother's Day, right? Since this is Mother's Day, let me give you another piece of my life. Since we're talking Mother's Day, here's what my mom did for me. Here's the situation. Here's what she did to me one time, right? I could have been like about 6, I think, maybe 5 or 6, and I remember I was in a grocery store. I distinctly remember this, right? I was in a grocery store, and there was $1 on the ground. Like, there was $1. And so I was walking towards $1. I mean, it was a $1 bill. And so I was walking towards $1 bill. I get shoved, like, as somebody pushed me real hard. They pushed me really hard, and I fell, and I smashed into like some boxes. Like, I think it was some Pamper boxes or whatever boxes there were in the store, and all these boxes they collided down on me and fell and crushed me, right? So I'm crushed under all these boxes, and the first thing I'm thinking, where's my mom? I'm thinking about my mom, because at the time, you're that young, you think of your mom as a protector. Your mom is the one supposed to protect you. She's supposed to want to shield you from harm. That's what a mother does. A real mom's supposed to shield you from harm, right? So, when I got up, I realized it was my mom. She was the one who pushed me. It was her. She pushed me out the way to get the $1 for herself. That's the type of mom she was growing up, right? And but here's what I think when I think about that. Here's how I think, right? I said, why don't you push me now? I'm a full grown man. Try that book. Oh, I was about to curse. Got to catch myself. Do not curse. Kids might be listening to this. This is a podcast. You don't want to ruin the sponsors or none of that. Here's what I say. Why don't you push me now? Now I'm a full grown, over 200 plus pound man in great shape. Push me now. You see what I mean? Do that. Let's go scrounge me for $1 now. I dare you to do that. I triple dare you. You know what I mean? I don't want to have that mindset. But when you think about it, that's the mindset that I had. That's the mindset, that I have honestly, I do have that mindset. I mean, push me right now. You see what I mean? So yeah, that's the type of mom I had. Instead of just giving me the $1, let me have the $1. You pushed me out the way and almost killed me for the $1. That's the type of mother that I had. So, would you wish this kind of mom a happy Mother's Day? I think not. I mean, she wasn't all bad. Don't get me wrong. She wasn't all bad, but that situations like that, that's not what a mom's supposed to do. A mother don't supposed to do that kind of bullcrap. Like, that just, I mean, there's other stuff. I'm not going to go into details of other stuff that she's done, but, and basically, I'm going to say a little more because, yeah, we're talking about mothers. So I'm going to go a little bit more, right? I would be at school, and I'll be the last kid at school. Like, I see all the parents picking up their kids at school, and I'm the last one left. All the teachers left, everyone's gone, and I would have to walk home. I was like, how am I going to get home? I'm trying to figure out where's my mom at? Where was she? Why she didn't pick me up? You see what I mean? Like, I would go through that, those situations like that. I specifically remember those days. But so yeah, a real mother is a type of mother that's concerned about their kids regardless. But again, she wasn't all bad, But yeah, for them bad times, it overwhelms the good times. You see what I mean? And that's just what it is. But happy Mother's Day to all you good moms out there. You see what I mean? But I'm still a bigger dude. I'm still a big enough man. I'll man up and still tell my mom a happy Mother's Day, even though you don't freaking deserve it. You honestly don't. But I'll still tell you happy Mother's Day anyway, because I'm just that big-hearted of a guy. You see what I mean? So with that being said, happy Mother's Day to all the real moms out there. Happy Mother's Day to all you guys. Now, here's a subject matter. Done with the Mother's Day subject matter. Definitely done with that. Have to talk about this. We're going to talk about, and here's something I've talked about this kind of before, but I didn't think I talked about this on my YouTube channel, but I think I never elaborated on this. So I'm definitely going to elaborate on this specific subject matter. This is about driving. Yes, dude, you talked about driving before. Are you kidding me? You did elaborate on that. You talked about driving before. Dude, knock it off, dude. You talked about driving. Cut the crap. No. Yeah, I did talk about driving. Yes, but I didn't talk about this specific kind of driving. Here's what I'm talking about. Don't trust anyone's driving. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by don't trust anyone's driving. Don't hop in a car with anybody. You see what I mean? Like, just again, like I said earlier in the beginning of my video, just because somebody has a driver's license and they have a vehicle, don't be quick to hop in a car with them. Like, here's the thing about me, right? I mean, I have a vehicle, I drive and everything else. But, here's the thing, right? There's situations I have been in before I was driving that somebody will say, oh, hey, bro, you want to ride? I'm going the same way. You can hop in the car with me. I'm like, oh, you know what? No, I already got a ride. Like, I'll BS them. Oh, I'm good. Yeah, somebody's coming to get me. I appreciate it though. You see what I mean? Because you don't want to just hop in the car to anybody. And that's so real. And I'm going to tell you why. I learned the hard way. And I'm going to tell you, here's what some weirdos do. I was in a car with people who done this. Let's say, for example, right? Let's say, they'll be on somebody's bumper, right? They'll be driving. They'll be right on. And a lot of times, to be honest, foreigners do this, but black folk do it too. Black folk and white folk do it too, honestly. But here's what they do, right? Like you'll be in a car with them, they'll speed, and it'll be on a residential street or in a freeway, whatever, and they'll be right on somebody's bumper. You know what I mean? And instead of going around them, they'll ride their bumper. It's different. I mean, there's no reason to be on nobody's bumper anyway, period. There's no excuse being on anybody's bumper. That's just what it is. Being close to somebody that close, but being right on their tail, give the cars some space. That's the whole thing. You're supposed to give them at least, I think it's 4 car space away from them. Like when you're driving, at least 4. I do at least 4. At least if when I'm driving, I do at least 4 cars behind some. I do 4 car space behind the next car. Like that's what I do, me personally. But most people, you have some people who do 1 car. They be 1 car space behind the car in front of them, driving on a fast freeway or in a residential. And what they'll do, right? They'll drive behind the car, and they can go around them. You know what I mean? Why don't you just go around the car? Why are you on their bumper for? You got weirdos that drive that way. And here's the thing. What if that car decide to stop? You're gonna smash into them. You see what I mean? If you're one of them kind of drivers that drive on somebody's bumper, you driving 1 car space behind them instead of giving them a 3 car space, and you're driving 1 car space behind them, and you're on a freeway. Guess what? If they decide to stop, hit their brakes, you're gonna smash into them and possibly kill yourself. You're going to either get killed or are you going to be severely hurt or wounded? And I was in a car with people. I mean, I've been in a car with people who've done that. So I have real good sense. I said, never again. So I'm sitting in my heart pumping like, oh my gosh, why is this dude on this dude's bumper? I'm in the car with this person there on the other car's bumper. Why don't you just go around them or just give them some space? Back up a little, give them some space. And that's the thing. When you give somebody a 4 car space, at least 4 car minimum space, if that car in front of you decide to hit their brakes, like, oh crap, you can hit your brakes. You know what I mean? You hit your brakes, then you're not gonna rear end them. But if you only give them a 1 car space, and they decide to hit their brakes, you're gonna rear end them because you don't have enough time to react. Even if you did have enough time to react, right? Let's say that as soon as that car hit their brakes, you hit their brakes right, and hit their brakes, you're still gonna rear end them because you're so close to them. You see what I mean? So, but you have weirdo drivers that drive that way. Like they'll drive, they'll be right on their bumpers, and And that's why them weirdos get in accidents a lot. But you're in a car with them. You see what I mean? That's why you can't trust anybody's driving. You cannot do it. Don't be in a car with these weirdos. I'm telling you. You see what I mean? Like, you don't want to get yourself hurt. You don't, and you don't want to get them hurt. Like, I mean, that's why, I got to know for sure that you're a good driver or a semi-decent driver for me to hop in a car with you. Like, I don't care. I could be stranded in the middle of nowhere. I'm not hopping in the car with you because I'd rather take my chances out in the desert in the middle of nowhere than to hop in a car with your stupid non-driving ass. You see what I mean? I'd rather do that. You see what I mean? Because I can hitchhike and or possibly, get in a car, just kind of, if you get in a car with a police officer, okay, you're good. I'd rather find a police officer or somebody, hey, look, I'm out here stranded, help, than get in a car with some weirdo that I know that I'm not sure if they can drive or not. But yeah, you get them weirdo drivers, they like to, I'm not, I've been in a car with somebody, right? A few people before, and I learned my lesson that they'd be on a freeway going like, let's say 70 an hour on the freeway, and they'd be right on their bumper. They'd be right on somebody's bumper, and they don't go around them. Like, you're just right on their bumper. Go around. You see what I mean? And, they don't go around the person, and they could potentially ruin in that person if that person decides to hit their brakes. Again, I'm putting emphasis on that. If that person decides to hit their brakes and you're right on their bumper, you're gonna smash into them. Not only that, you're gonna be automatically at fault. Automatically. And you have people who do that as insurance scams. Like, people who be on their bumper like that, they'll smash their brakes and have you rear end them. They do that as insurance scams. Some people do that as a hustle. So you got to be careful out here. Don't be hopping in the car with anybody. Also, you have weirdo drivers, right? They drive. You know how you have the lanes, right? You have the lanes that separate. You have the line in between the lanes to separate the two lanes, the right and the left lane. You have the little blockade in the middle, and they have, you could tell when you run over the middle, like they'll drive, and you could tell if they're running over the light, they kind of veering in another lane, and the car, you can hear it. You hear the car. The car running smooth for a minute. The car is running real smooth, like the car is running smooth, right? But then you hear like the little bump, like you hear them little bumps, right? Because they're running over the middle part of the lane. They're running over the middle line of the lane. They're supposed to stay inside their lane, but they're veering over a little bit. Now they're running over the lines, and they're not like them kind of drivers. They're running over the sometimes it's broken lines to separate the lanes. Sometimes it's not broken lines, But when the broken lines to separate the lanes, they be having those little the little light beams on the little tiny light beams that you run them over. That you're you're running over in another lane, or you're almost in another lane. You're not signaling. You're not trying to get over. You think like they're swerving when they drive. They swerve and almost get in another lane, and they're running over the middle blockade. They're running over the middle lane that separate the line that separate the lane from the other lane. They're running over the line separation. They're running over the line that separates the lane from the other lane. They keep running over that line, and you're hearing it like brrr, like they just they go brrr, brrr. Every time you hear brrr, every time you hear that, that's because they're running over the middle line. They're running over the lane separation line. They're running over that, and they keep running that over. And people who like that, do not get in a car with them. Do not. You see what I mean? Because they're going to eventually get themselves in an accident. You don't want to be in a car and they get themselves in an accident. You don't want to do that. Also, you have the people, let's say if you're getting over, right? Somebody use their signal and they'll get over in front of you, and the car will speed up. You see, obviously the car getting over, slow down a little bit, let them completely get, if they use a signal, let them get over. Don't speed up, because them kind of cars are going to wreck too. You get them weirdos that want to speed up. Yeah, you weirdos to speed up when somebody's trying to get over, and you be right on their bumper as soon as they got over. Them kind of weirdos that drive like that. You want to avoid getting in a car with them kind of weirdos. You see what I mean? That's what I'm letting you know, the signs of a reckless driver. But these reckless drivers have driver's license. They have driver's license in cars. You see what I mean? You don't want to get in cars with weirdos like that. I'm just letting you know things that they do. That here's the signs of people you don't want to get in a car with. And this is why you don't want to get in a car with them, because this is the stuff that they do. Also, here's another thing they do, right? You text drivers. So much I want to say about you busters. Like, I can't stand you. All you text drivers want to text and drive or be on Facebook and drive. I don't want to do? I want to punch you in the freaking mouth. That's what I want to do. Like I was driving not too long ago, and somebody was texting and driving, I honked the horn at him. I wanted to follow him and punch him dead in his mouth. That's what I wanted to do. Because how you texting and driving? You see what I mean? Also, you non-signalers, people who don't like to signal when driving, oh my God, those are the worst. Like, say for example, they'll get over, right? They'll get over and they don't signal, and imagine being in a car with one of them no signalers. They asking to get hit. They asking to be ran into. I hope you listen to this. For all you guys that's listening to my podcast, I don't care if you're a fan, if you're not a fan, if you're one of them non-signal drivers, if you're one of them type of drivers that get in the car with people and you're driving, you don't signal. I wish I could kick you right in your mouth. I want to kick you in your freaking mouth. You see what I mean? Because that's what the whole signaling is for. That's what it's for. The signaling is for so I can know whether you want to get over or not. What if I don't know? Like, you're confusing me. I don't know if you want to get over. That's why you signal. That's why you use your signals. You see what I mean? So they'll get over without signaling. You can almost wreck it. He run into him and hit him. So yes, that's another thing that these drivers do that you don't want to get in the car with. Also, here's another one that they do. Very annoying, right? Let's say a car is driving. Let's say they're driving, right? Let's say you instead of here's what I do, right? But before I say what I do, like they like to turn into a lane even though there's an oncoming car in the next. Let's say they're driving down the street, right? And they want to go into a main street. Let's say they're coming off of a back street or off of a side street. Yeah, better yet, a side street, or better, a driveway. They're coming out of a driveway, a business driveway, right? And let's say there's a car in the left lane and they're coming out in the right. They'll let that car go by in the left lane. Instead of letting the car go all the way by, they want to turn while at the same time the car's going by. They want to show, look, I got driving skills. I can turn out while the car's going by at the same time. No, don't do that with me in a car, bro. Do not do that with me in a car. Cause you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to punch you in your mouth. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to punch you right in your mouth. I promise you I am. Here's the thing. Like, they know a car, let that car go complete. Even if the car is not in your lane, let that car go completely by. Then turn out. You see what I mean? But like, let's say, I don't know if you guys can imagine where I'm coming from, right? Here's what I'm talking about. Let's say, you're turning out of a driveway, out of a business driveway, and you're turning out to the right lane. You're making a right in the right lane. But then the left lane, there's a car going by in the left lane at the same time, and you want to turn out while the car is going by, in the left, even though the car is not in the right lane. It's in the left lane, the lane across from you, but you want to turn right next to the car as it's going by. Like, that's what I'm talking about. You want to turn right next to the car as it's going by. You want to turn and be right next to it to show that you got driving skills, or are you got something to prove to nobody. Don't do that with me in a car. I hate doing that when I'm driving. Like, if I'm driving and somebody turn out, if I'm driving by, right, in the left lane and somebody turn out of a business, out of a park, and they turn out of a parking lot, and into the street, and they turn as I'm going by, like you turn right with me as I'm going by, I'm going to swerve away from you because I don't want you to hit my car. Like, don't turn out when you see a car going by. You turn right in the middle of the street as a car going by. Don't do that. You see what I mean? Those are the type of people that I'm saying do not get. That's why you can't trust anybody driving. This is the weird stuff that they do. Weirdos. And then not only that, you get the ones that what they'll do too. Here's another thing they'll do. They'll like say instead of letting all the cars go by, let's say a car could be going, let's say 40 miles an hour, let's say 45 miles an hour on a main street, and a car, he'll turn in front of a car that's going at full speed at a full 45 miles an hour. You'll turn right in front of him so he can rear end you. Let that car go by first before you turn. Look both ways and make sure there's no cars going by. Don't turn in front of a car knowing he's already coming at full speed. You turn in front of him and slow down. You see what I mean? You get them kind of weirdos that do that too. Oh my God, man, you guys are weirdos. That's what you guys are. Turn right in front of a car, and when it's coming at full speed at 45 miles an hour, you turn right in front of it. So the car got to hit their brakes because you just turned out and didn't even care if it was a car coming. You're too lazy and stupid. You're too lazy and freaking stupid to look to see that there's a car coming. There's a car coming your way, but you turn right in front of the car as it's coming by. You turn in front of it, so the car has to slow down and almost rear end you. It has to slow down and almost rear end you because you decide to turn in front of it. I hope you guys are, and I want to kick you right in your freaking mouth. I want to super kick. I want to Shawn Michaels super kick you in your mouth. Oh, that's what I want to do to you. You see what I mean? So yes. With that being said, do not, I repeat, do not trust anybody's driving. Don't hop in a car with anybody because this is the weirdo stuff that they do. I have too much common sense. I have too much common sense. I really do. Like, I'm the type of person to, like, let's say I'm not about to walk out in the mountains at night. Like, I'm not about to go for no jog at like 11 a.m. 11 p.m. at night, knowing, like, let's say you live up in the mountains somewhere, up in let's say you live up in a nice area, where a bunch of big houses, and I think I'm gonna go for a night jog. Yeah, it's 11 p.m. I think I'm gonna go for a little midnight jog because some mountain lion or some coyote will come out and try to eat your ass straight up. Like, I'm not the one. Like, I'm just so, I have so much common sense. Like, I'm just above it. I'm really, you see what I mean? So yeah. With that being said, we out of time. This is the end of my podcast. Yes, so end of my podcast. This is the part when the music usually comes in. Yes. Music comes in. Follow my social media. Thank you guys for listening. The Word of Vlad Brad on YouTube. Scope me out there. Instagram, Vlad Brad _Word_1. Also check me out here on KBOP LLC. And follow me on Facebook, Exact Morrison. With that being said, I am gone.
I feel like $1,000,000, but my money don't really feel like I do. And from the ground I built my own damn buzz. People was amazed I was still in high school, but now I'm out. And money what I'm about, trying to get so much that I can't keep count. New kicks give me cushion like whoopee, keep a smile like an